I know it was very weird timing for the show to happen. And honestly, I think it was the best timing because when the show did come out, most of the comments were saying, this is amazing. We needed humanity back. We needed strangers talking to each other again. Humanity is coming back. Like COVID is nearing the end, hopefully. And that, that to give people a little bit of hope to back to life. And I really took it and I was like, this is my shot to make something out of this. Not for the time being, but I want to use this as a leverage for my career for the rest of my life. I want to continue doing hosting, whether it's on television, but I really want to, use these hosting skills and turn it into something more.
Welcome to Creative Disruption. I'm your host, Ricky Ray Butler, and I am so excited about today's session and this episode with Davis Burleson. Davis, I think, is one of the most revolutionary and innovative interviewers out there with the What's Poppin' show or the What's Poppin' show with Davis. Davis, welcome.
Hi, Ricky. Thank you so much for having me.
I am so thankful to have you. Thank you for making the time for this. And so, Davis, I'd like to just get some more of a background because I just know this. 2 years ago, you were a DoorDash driver. Yes. And then during quarantine, you just exploded on TikTok.
Right.
And you've really taken the world by storm. There's been a lot of accomplishments and the momentum's still there. It's just going to keep exploding. And so tell us a little about yourself. Where are you from? What inspired you to get into content?
Yeah, so whenever quarantine hit, I had always wanted to create content. My dream since I was like in middle school was to be a YouTuber. And I always told myself I'm going to be a YouTuber once I graduate college, because then once I'm out of college, no one can make fun of me anymore. Like no one can make fun of me for creating content or doing any of that. So when COVID hit, I was just alone in my house. I wasn't going to school anymore. I was in high school. I was a senior in high school. And I was like, this is my time. I mean, no one can make fun of me. We're locked up in the house. So I started creating content from my bedroom. And since I had nothing to do, I had the blessing that I had nothing to do. So I made it my job. Honestly, I'd wake up every day at like 8 a.m. and I would strategize. I'm like, I'm going to post 5 videos a day. So I would like strategize what my 5 videos a day would be for that day. And I would like, I treated it like it was my full-time job. And I did that every day for about 6 months. And it slowly started to build. Not that much, but like kind of. I got about probably like 15,000 followers from that. Mm-hmm. And then I moved to New York in August of 2020 for school, to go to Parsons School of Design. And I was going for culture and media. And I was still doing TikTok, my personal TikTok at Davis Burleson. I was starting to create a lot of comedy skits and also a lot of lifestyle and like vlogs and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then a company had seen my TikToks and approached me about creating this idea of What's Poppin' is now, this idea of a show to interview strangers around New York and ask them fun interview questions. And I was like, I have to take this opportunity. I'm totally down for this. Let's start this from literally 0 followers. Let's start a brand new account and just let's go out there and see what happens. And so I took a leap of faith and they got me like a videographer. We went out there, started recording. And at this time, it was like prime COVID. So like everyone had their masks on. I had my mask on. Also, I wasn't very comfortable in front of a camera. So we went out there, we recorded, we went to Soho and like did the whole thing. And it kind of just happened. And then probably we started posting videos every single day for about a month. And about a month in, it started to really pick up. And then now it's kind of where the show is today. That's kind of what the spark happened, what happened with TikTok. But yes, going back to the DoorDash driver, throughout high school, I did DoorDash driving. During high school, I would deliver food and that's how I made money. But clearly I don't do that anymore, even though it was a really good time.
Wow, that is amazing. And something that you just said that sticks out to me is you said you didn't feel comfortable in front of a camera. And that's shocking to me because not only are you amazing in front of a camera, you make people within seconds extremely comfortable to answer whatever question you're giving them. So like, how did you evolve, feeling comfortable and also getting people to open up so quickly?
I think it honestly took a lot of practice, and I always wanted to be a performer. Like when I was little, I auditioned for Disney Channel, I auditioned for commercials. I did not get any of them, but I always knew I wanted to do some kind of performing. And once I got more comfortable in front of the camera, and I think also what helped a lot was seeing the audience's reactions to me, like all of their validations kind of made me feel a little bit more comfortable and like, okay, people are seeing what I'm doing. I can really give it my all now. And I didn't feel uncomfortable or embarrassed or anything. So I really wanted to test it. And also, like you said, making people feel comfortable on camera within like 3 seconds. That's my number one goal. I'm glad that you say that, because I want everyone to feel so comfortable on my show. And somebody told me the other day, they're like, it's crazy. You could get somebody to tell their deepest, darkest secret on the show where you have 2 million followers, and they won't even realize that they're saying it to that many people. They just think it's you and them. That they forget that there's a camera there. Because I love to make my interviewee feel very comfortable. And I don't really know the answer as to how I do that. I try to pretend almost the camera's not even there, and just to have a conversation with just one-on-one and make them feel as comfortable as possible.
I think it's good for all the creators that are tuning into this to like take the time and go binge watch the What's Poppin' show, because it really is intense. It's energetic. I mean, there's like this huge adrenaline rush with it, because you just go in, you ask a very intimate question, and you get a very energetic response. And it's very obvious that it's candid, that people are being very genuine, and they're saying it for the first time, or seeing you for the first time. And I've recommended the show, several times, just based on you. I mean, doing it with all these different people, and it just makes it so interesting. So congratulations with that. And I know that eventually you're going to get tens of millions of followers, and you're already getting tens of millions of views. So it's a huge accomplishment coming right out of high school, launching your career, pursuing your dreams. And I bet there's some advantages there that you tried doing it so early. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, when I was in high school and junior high, I was trying to get away from doing chores with my dad, because I got like 3 hernias by moving rocks around. I was like, okay, I'm done. And so wow. I went out and started trying to get jobs, and I ended up having to do like just landscaping, at people's houses up in some mountains and stuff, because I would not get accepted doing fast food. I would not get accepted into call centers. No one wanted my talents, I guess. And luckily I made the effort happen. And I think later in my life, being able to sell businesses and being a part of the biggest company in the world that does AI and entertainment, with creators and productions, the work has paid off. And it seems like you've just went through that. You're doing DoorDash. You were trying, to do everything you can. You're hustling to be a part of productions and to try out. And then boom, when most people think there's no opportunity to like grow an audience or to be, successful with entertainment, boom, you're doing an interview show when people aren't talking to each other.
Right. I know, it was very weird timing for the show to happen. And honestly, I think it was the best timing, because when the show did come out, most of the comments were saying, this is amazing. We needed humanity back. We needed strangers talking to each other again. And I was so happy to give that to people, to show that, humanity is coming back. Like COVID is nearing the end, hopefully. And that, that to give people a little bit of hope to back to life. So yeah, that's what we tried to do. And I was given this opportunity, and I really took it, and I was like, this is my shot to make something out of this. And even now too, I really have been using this show, not for the time being, but I want to use this as a leverage for my career for the rest of my life. I want to continue doing hosting, whether it's on television, whether it's a new show on social media, but I really want to, use these hosting skills and turn it into something more.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, maybe you're the future of late night.
Who knows? I'd love to be, Ricky. I'd love to be. So.
You mentioned that you wanted to, create a career and a community on YouTube. Who were some YouTubers or other content creators that inspired you, through the years?
I have always loved Emma Chamberlain. She's probably my favorite, and I love how relatable she is to her audience, and the audience feels like they know her, and feels like a friend almost. I actually met Emma like 2 weeks ago for the first time. It was the coolest thing ever. She was exactly how she is on camera. And then just a bunch of other lifestyle vloggers, people that showed their life in an entertaining way, their day-to-day, their normal life. And I think it's very interesting how somebody can just show them making coffee in their kitchen, like make it so entertaining. I think it's a huge skill to have that.
Oh, for sure. And when it comes to all those interviews that you've done so far in the last couple of years, which one was your favorite? Which one just sticks out? And then which one was the most nerve wracking?
The most nerve wracking, probably. I'm trying to think of it's always very nerve wracking going to people that are a little bit older than me. Like, probably if they're above 30s, a lot of times it's very common when people do not want to be interviewed because I am coming up to them, spur of the moment, shocking them almost. A lot of people don't want to talk to me, which is understandable. And usually it's the older people that aren't. So like sometimes if I go up to somebody that's like, 40, 50, 60, they won't give me the nicest response. They sometimes will say something a little bit rude back. So I always get very nervous for those. But it's always in the rare case, they very much surprise me, and it can be like the most viral video ever. There's one of my most viral videos ever is with this man, Michael, who is like 85 years old. And now he's a regular on the show. He comes on all the time. He's a great human. People say that he's the older version of me. And so it's very fun to interview him. But my favorite interview is probably with I interviewed one of the park workers who works in the park. She picks up the trash in the park. Her name is Shelly. And I asked her, what's something what pisses you off? And she was like, everything. And like, she went on and on and on. She was hilarious. She was like meant for the camera. And Amazing Race actually saw that video. And she is now a cast member on Amazing Race, which is so cool. She was working in the park. Now she's on Amazing Race. It was like a totally awesome moment for that to happen for her. So I'm so excited to see it.
Amazing that happened for her, but it's got to be fulfilling for you too. So
fulfilling. And a lot of people that have come on my show get a following just from being on it. They'll be in the comment section. They'll comment. They'll say, this is me. Oh my gosh, they keep having me on. And then a bunch of people follow them. I've had one girl get like 50,000 followers from being on my show. That is the most rewarding, fulfilling thing than any amount of likes I could get.